Welcome to How to Give a Dog a Good Life, the podcast where we explore the journey of creating a fulfilling and joyful life with our canine companions. I'm Corinna, and over the past 16 years, my dog Louie Baloo has been my steadfast companion, teaching me invaluable lessons on love, loyalty, and the human-animal bond. In this limited series, we'll walk through each year of Louie's life, sharing stories, insights, and practical tips to help you enhance your own relationship with your dog. From the challenges of puppyhood to the wisdom of senior years, we're going to cover it all. I'll offer guidance on training, health, and creating lasting memories. So whether you're a new dog owner or you've shared your life with dogs for years, join me as we embark on this heartfelt journey to understand what it truly means to give a dog a good life. Welcome to How to Give a Dog a Good Life. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. So today is episode 3. Louie is 3 and I'm 18. This is a fun one. This is when I started college. But before we dive in a little bit deeper, I want to go over today's nonprofit spotlight. This one is in Canada, Red Deer specifically, in Alberta. And I actually heard about this nonprofit through Rachael Rodgers. You may have seen her on Instagram. She takes the adoptable pups out for adventures throughout Canada, and her Instagram handle is Trails and Bears. So cute. Her photography is absolutely amazing. She takes these puppies into her canoe with her or hiking through the snow, and just gives these dogs the absolute best time and gets content for the nonprofit to share. Absolutely adorable concept. I mean, what a good human to do something like that. So go check out her page. And then a few pups from the nonprofit Fostering Hope Rescue. We have 3 adorable ones today. We have Ella, Tars, and Colin. And I have images of those cute babies on my Instagram. So if you're in Canada and in Alberta, go check out these puppers. They are too cute. And now let's get to our adventures with little Lou Baloo. So the year was 2010, and this was the year that I started college at the University of Cincinnati. I was going for anthropology, and college was college. It was super fun. I actually still lived at home while I was in school simply because it was actually closer to home in my parents' house than my high school was because we lived near downtown Cincinnati. I can't believe it's been 14 years. That is just absolutely wild to me. So this year was a lot of fun. We would obviously go to college parties together, me and Lou. And he really started to just flourish. He started to go hiking as well. We were both kind of getting more grounded into what adulthood would look like, at least. Definitely more so him than for me. Physically, he definitely started to change. He started to fill out a lot more. He was still string bean, standard poodles. He was always my string bean, but he definitely did start to just fill out, and he looked more like an adult. He also became far more confident in his ability, and he learned to trust himself a lot more, especially while we were hiking or swimming. He really started to just feel what he was capable of now that he was an adult and no longer a puppy. And I was right there with him. I was certainly building the foundation, at least, of adulthood. I continued to read philosophy. I was taking philosophy in college. I was taking a lot of history courses. And my overall lifestyle really started to change here. I started balancing out my free time with hiking, spending it outdoors, reading in the dog park, making friends at the dog park, and, of course, being my social self, going to college parties. And again, doing that with a dog, it was different. Clifton is this area of town in Cincinnati, college town, and it is certainly known for being a little, well, it's high crime. High crime, and it's unsafe. And having Louie with me there, that's when I started to really develop the sense of feeling safer with a dog walking around at night. I had a lot of friends that were robbed in that area, and I personally, at this point in my life, didn't have that many issues because Louie was always with me. And even though he wasn't a large breed like Mauser and Jackson that you'll meet later, he still provided a lot of comfort and security for me when I was 18 and walking around the streets with a Four Loko at night. And man, we had fun. Lou really became the life of the party whenever we went out. And I gotta say, I received a lot of photos over the past couple weeks. My great friend Ryan, who is one of my closest friends in college, sent me so many photos of Louie and our time back in 2010 together and how heartwarming that was. It really, really meant a lot to me to get so many pictures from everyone. You know, this is a really hard time in my life, but getting that support and the fact that Ryan kept those on his phone for so long made me feel really, really happy. Probably a little bit of a lesson there to keep photos on your phone of friends and throughout the years, and you never know, 10 years later, it might really make their day to send them such a gift. Those days were a lot of fun. We would play beer pong, and Louie would chase the ball, and he never was a fan of fetch. He found it far more amusing to just play monkey in the middle with everyone. And he would laugh in his own way. He would just wag his tail and like look at you and smile. And there's just nothing you could do. It was just so much fun. And he really did just become kind of like this mascot and life of the party. He was just so much fun. And it really kind of zested up to go to a college party with a young dog there that's playing ping pong or beer pong with everyone. And he didn't drink beer, but he had more friends and fans, I think, than I did sometimes at those parties. But we had a great time together, and walking around campus with him was always so much fun. Going on walks around college. I mean, we just had the time of our lives. We really did at this stage. You know, definitely not all breeds are suited for college and that college lifestyle or wondering about being that adventurous. But man, he was. He really loved it. And it really strengthened our time together. And it strengthened our bond. You know, the fact that we could be so social, and he did help balance out the stress of college life and finding my footing as an adult, while also being social and kind of flourishing into that social butterfly for both of us. I also felt much safer while I was hiking with him. And this kind of stayed with me for the rest of my life. I feel so much better hiking with a dog. I now live in California, and having a dog with me while I go on hikes it makes all the difference. We have bears, we have mountain lions. I saw a bobcat the other day. And having a dog with me, you got to watch out for rattlesnakes, of course, but it really does just kind of put you at ease and reinforces the fact that, yeah, they are here to help protect us. Like, they are our companions to keep us safe. And having that outlet, that physical outlet of being in nature, being with a dog, really helped with my focus at school. And obviously I brought that into my life later on in my career, but it also helped him learn to kind of focus and enriched both of our lives through exercising, through the physical challenge, through climbing a mountain or walking to school or whatever it may be for the day, that physical component to life helped a lot. And then, of course, at learning this so young, learning this at 18, learning how the importance of sweating and that physical challenge, it really helped my development as a kid and bring that into who I am today. Not to mention, he needed that physical exertion to calm down. I mean, the terrible twos were crazy, and going into 3, when they're more at like peak physical performance, they need that exertion to just chill out. So then I could focus on schoolwork and my studies later and not have to worry about having a like hyper bonkers dog that's just jumping on the couch or chewing things up or anything like that. Which I did have a few friends. One friend that had a husky that didn't necessarily give them the time and dedication that they needed at this phase in their life because they were too busy with college. And that house was, I mean, I'll never forget going over to his house one day after we had like lunch at a cafe. And we went back to his house, and his house was completely destroyed because his dog chewed up his couch cushions, there was stuffing literally all over the first level of this house. It was crazy. I still to this day have not seen anything like it in person. It was one of the most wild things I've ever seen. And it's because his dog was not mentally or physically stimulated. So again, you just really need to make sure that your dog is being stimulated, and then you guys have a lifestyle that matches up together. And I know not all dogs, certainly not all dogs are suited for, college kids. College kids are crazy. I was crazy. We're crazy in college. Wanting that companionship, and maybe you don't live with your parents anymore, or maybe you do. Not every breed is going to be perfect for a teenager or a young adult kind of transitioning. And that one breed that I definitely highly recommend, we'll do a breed spotlight, is the King Charles Spaniel, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. They're great for college students because they really do help balance a busy schedule, and they're known for being affectionate, and they adapt. They adapt to their surroundings, nature. They're super sweet. My neighbor has one. His name's Gus Gus. I absolutely adore him. He's the sweetest little love bug. They're also much smaller of a breed, so they're more compact, can go for car rides, and they really can adapt to any lifestyle. Now let's dive a bit deeper into the breed overview. So, origin story. Cavaliers trace their lineage back to the 17th century in England, where they were the companion for royalty and aristocrats. They were basically seen as a big status symbol, to be honest. They're small, lightweight, and typically weigh about 13 to 18 pounds. They're about 12 to 13 inches tall, and they have a great lifespan, which is, of course, very, very important to us. And with proper care, they can live 12 to 15 years. Their personality and temperament is extremely affectionate and loving. They're known as lapdogs for a reason. They thrive on physical closeness and love being around other humans. They're super sociable and friendly with people and other pets, so they fit seamlessly into that college lifestyle and social activities. Their exercise needs are moderately active. They only really need about 30 to 45 minutes of walking and exercise a day. Like walking around campus would be great, playtime at the park, and on rainy days, indoor fetch sessions. As far as grooming goes, the grooming requirements are pretty simple. They do have a really silky coat, which needs some care. Whenever I have dogs with longer coats, I recommend fish oil pills and supplements to keep the coat silky and really smooth. Because they have medium length silky coats, it does require brushings a few times a week just to keep the tangles out. And then ear and eye maintenance. Their long floppy ears need regular cleaning to prevent infections, and large expressive eyes that need to be checked for irritations. They're pretty low maintenance overall. Just their coat adds a touch of glamour to their grooming needs, and that is the only aspect that might be a little bit busy for a college student. But other than that, it's pretty manageable. There are health considerations. They have common issues. They're prone to heart disease or hip dysplasia, which you need to watch out for. They do have certain eye conditions, but regular vet checkups and a healthy diet can really help prevent this. Weight management is very important. Because they are tiny and tiny breeds can gain weight easily, so you as a pet owner need to understand portion control and make sure you aren't overfeeding them, as well as giving them the regular exercise that they need. Because they are so tiny and they have such a calm demeanor, they're great for dorms, apartments, and homes with limited spaces. They're great emotional support animals. They're super affectionate and intuitive, which makes them excellent for students that might be facing a lot of stress or loneliness in this point in your life. And with their gentle personality, they're really great fit for social gatherings and pet-friendly college events. And here's a few fun facts about the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. So their royal roots. They're obviously named after King Charles II of England. He was famous for his spaniels. They are also known throughout Hollywood for their movie star looks. Because they have such expressive eyes and their coat is really pretty, it's made them a favorite in movies and commercials. And of course, they're great for everyone. They're known as comfort dogs because of their ability to bring calm and happiness to any setting. And this rounds out year 3. Lou and I were both kind of just finding our way, me as a college student stepping into adulthood, and him as a dog leaving behind his teenage quirks. But looking back, these really were some of the most formative years for both of us. We were really growing at the same rate. And I wanted to take a sec and just thank everyone for all the love and support and encouragement. This year's been really tough losing Lou, but your pictures and the DMs it's really helped. It's really helped get me through and navigate this time in my life. And I hope I can bring value to new dog owners alike in the podcast. And next week, we have episode 4, year 4 of Lou's life, and a big year for me. This was a very big year for me. Well, I'll see you next week. Ta-ta!